We got a 120-person passenger yacht, and we're gonna party One Piece style on the sea in Long Beach. It's good to be back home. I just came back from San Francisco, from one of the weirdest hotel stays I've had in a minute. San Francisco, I don't know. I like it and I don't like it. Like it's unfortunately like it the homeless problem there is like worse than LA. It's crazy and it just stinks. And I just had a weird hotel situation where like I guess I just didn't pay attention to what I was ordering, boss. So I've never had a hotel that you could order like this, but there was no bathroom in my hotel. There was like one toilet for the whole floor, one shower for the whole floor, and it was weird. Um, yeah, it just was really janky. Bed wasn't comfortable. I felt like I didn't really get some sleep, but I'm back. And with being back, I watched all of One Piece live action. A lot of people have been asking me, what do I think? And I was gonna tell them for free. I was gonna tell you for free. I mean, it's for free still, but I want you to watch the channel and hear my thoughts, I guess. I don't know. Let me try to be famous too, right? Why not? so, um, I finally watched the live action for One Piece, and I'm glad that people trust my opinion. You know, I'm actually surprised people are asking me. It's like, what do you think I'm gonna say? But I actually have nuance. I was gonna tell you my thoughts without spoilers, and then maybe with some spoilers if I have some gas like that. Um, the short of it, I hated it. No, I'm kidding. I loved it. I really liked this live action. Like for me, it adds to the franchise of One Piece, and I'm really hoping that it's going to get people into One Piece. It's like I keep talking about this show, and I keep wondering people are thinking I'm crazy because of how much I talk about it, but it's really a powerful show. And I'm really hoping that this series, this live action show, showed people like it's a mixture. Like it has really serious moments. Like if you actually like listen to the themes and like see like what they're talking about and sort of like the good and evil in both groups, or all the groups, I think you'll get a taste of like this is what One Piece can be. um I thought it was a great introduction, like I'm excited for more. uh if I had to give it a score, I would give it like a 7.5 sort of objectively, and then like a 8.25, 8.5 because I'm a fan. um can people watch this, like, off the get? Yes. Yes, you can. Like, I think, like, if this is gonna be your first way like, your first entryway into One Piece, I think you're fine. Like, I think this is, like, a great way to get into it. Like, it's really good. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was dope. Um, but but I think I liked it more because I'm a fan. It's like, "Oh, they did that thing. Oh my god, they did this. Ooh, that's different. That sorta works." Um, so I gave my score. I think is very worth watching. Like, and I'm really happy that this worked. This is like the last chance that like a live action adaptation can happen. And I think the amount of work that went into this was fantastic. Like it looks fantastic. I like the sounds of it. Um, I love the characters, the casting, the actors. The action was dope. Uh, I like seeing the changes that they made. I liked a lot of it, and I think it adds to like the fandom of One Piece, which that's what I was hoping for. Like I was saying early on, like even if this particular thing sucked, I think um One Piece is still dope. You would have to absolutely watch the anime or read the manga or both. But I think this is like a really good thing for One Piece. For example, like there's just so many other things in the franchise. That's why I talk about the franchise a lot. People sometimes play the video games and then like that's how they get into One Piece. And would I say that's the definitive way to do that? No. But I would say, hey, if that's what got you interested in it, you're a fan, you're one of us, right? There's the One Piece live action stage plays. Like there's One Piece on Ice. There's the restaurants. There's a lot of different things in the One Piece fandom and core. Even like like little cartoons, like made by ramen commercials. It's crazy. But it works. And I think like each piece in the franchise has been great so far. I haven't been let down by anything yet. Um, And this hasn't let me down. In fact, it sort of made me love it even more, like it helped me, this is episode 1 through like 60 that it just went through. And when's the last time I watched episode 1 through 60? Honestly, that was like 2018, 2019 because I did like a rewatch for work. But, how often do fans that are caught up now, talking about what's happening right now? How many of those guys like think about like what happened in the beginning, sort of like the humble beginnings? I thought it was really dope. I had a great time. I thought this was it was fun, Like I really liked watching like all these different elements and sort of remembering the story, but then also be like they changed some things, but I think that made it work even better. It was like one of the unfortunate problems with One Piece, as you can probably imagine with 1,000 episodes, is pacing. I think it's still overall like fantastic, but I'm not gonna lie and sit here and be like everything is 10 out of 10. No, the pacing of it needs a lot of work. I can't wait till it's done and then one day they condense it better, you know. But I think the journey is still worth going, Like I would tell somebody go through episode 1 and just keep going. Don't skip anything except for like 10 episodes at 320. That's it. Seriously, like I wouldn't say skip the filler, like or skip the canon that you think is filler. All of it sort of adds up together. Like, don't get me wrong, I was very resistant watching One Piece, and then it eventually became a thing that I just genuinely really liked. And I know it's frustrating, So I'm really hoping that like these 8 episodes from Netflix can convince people to start with us, Check it out. Like it's actually like a really dope, heavy but lighthearted franchise. Like it's fun, but sometimes some anime people want like just hardcore berserk, they chop off heads and all that. And then sometimes people want just action, action, action. And then sometimes people want some depth, and I think One Piece like does that, really well. If you give it a chance, if you let it be goofy when it wants to be goofy, it can be annoying. I think it's worth it. And I think this live action show blew it out the water. Like it was dope. Now let me talk about some spoiler things that like I they just came to mind because I thought it was dope and I've been wanting to talk about it with somebody. I mean, I just finished it, but still. So they changed up quite a bit, but I think it worked. There was a few things that like I didn't care for as much, but meh, let's just be practical about things. Some people like it complained about like the children acting. I thought they did pretty good for I mean, don't get me wrong, not fantastic, like, amazing, I just watched Florida Project. That was, like, some really good child acting that I forgot that, oh, yeah, this is a movie. Um, here, hey, pretty solid, pretty good. I'm not gonna be like, "Oh," like, they messed things up. Um, the sets I thought were fantastic, amazing. I'm glad they actually, like, sorta stuck around in Baratier, and it was pretty cool to see them, like, actually, like, fight in it. Um, Mihawk, sorta sassy, but I like it a lot. Gives him more personality versus just stoic boredom, I guess, right? Works in the anime and manga, but I guess for people who don't know who he is, would it work? And also that whole Don Krieg thing. That was cool. I mean, I wish there was a little bit more with Don Krieg, but same time, it was cool. It was really cool to see Mihawk do his thing. Um Usopp. Usopp was very likable. Sorta didn't get to do too much in my opinion. Yeah, he's very much a side character, but then again, that's sort of what he is in the beginning, I guess, right? But he did do his thing when he did his thing, and he was cool. I like the actor, uh, Jacob Romero. Real good, real good. I like how diverse the show is just sort of naturally. Like, it didn't feel shoehorned or forced, like, I think they did a great job, but once again, the casting, like, um I think about, like Lucky Roo, and Yasop, on Shank's crew. Um, I liked so many of the characters, of course, like, the main squad, great, and Inuyaki, like, Luffy, I say welcome. He is next in the Luffy line, sort of like Batman in a way, like whereas like got your Robins, he's like the next Robin type of guy. I'm excited to see like what more he's gonna be able to give us. Um, Also I like how they made things darker. I sort of want them to make it more dark throughout still, and I hope so, but at the same time, it was nice and funny and lighthearted. I think it was a good mixture. The fact that they're chopping people, like, immediately, Zoro, and I like, I like that. I'm like, if you're gonna use swords, this shit's gonna do something, it's gonna cut people's limbs and people in half, and it's gonna do damage, and I think they did a good job of, like, portraying that. Um, what else do I wanna talk about? The Fishman. The Fishman looked pretty cool, like, I think a big worry was like, are they gonna be CGI? And they had like really good effects throughout. Um, yeah, the fishmen look really cool, and then I just like their allegory. But I'm excited for more people to check that out. But I'm hoping that like seeing the fishmen and like talk about their rights and like their ability to have freedom, not be enslaved. I hope that piques some people's interest, to be like, oh, maybe One Piece can be more hardcore. Um, I really like the I actually did like the child, flashbacks, especially Sanji. Sanji's, bam, they did that shit. It's really good. I do wish that they did more with Gin, the guy that Sanji feeds. Uh, I sort of wish that there was sort of that betrayal and sort of like pirates or a mixed bag of guys. Um, but, it was really cool. I like Sanji. I thought yeah, he wasn't that much of a dick this time, don't get me wrong, and I think probably for the better, not so horny. Definitely, like, very flirty and, like, very, like, "Haha, where's my hug?" But at the same time, a good dude, you're rooting for him. I mean, I love Sanji in the series, but, like, where he sort of takes up a few notches, but I sorta like this version here. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I thought it was a great time. I thought it was a great time. I'm not gonna say it's like, "It's a masterpiece," but I think this is, like, such a great entry, into the franchise. If this is, like, your first time in the franchise, I think you're gonna have a good time. I hope you have a good time. I know I'm talking with bias. I say it's a 7.5. Um, there were some things that, like, I felt like maybe dragged on, I guess, but I think they did a good job of, like, exposition and action. Um, there were a few scenes there are a few things that, like, I am wondering like, how they're gonna sort of rectify, I guess, or, like, how this is gonna go. I actually liked the change with Kobe and Garp. Like, we saw if you watch the show, they don't come up until later, and also, I still feel like, it's sorta small, like, at least they're not as involved so soon. But I like this. It sorta gives in fact, I think it's really good because, like, what's currently going on, like, in chapter, like, 1,000 plus. It sorta gives it ties everything together and makes it more dope, in my opinion. I think it's great. So, I think that's dope. Um, I like Kobe a lot in this one. Helmeppo, he had to be a dick, and then now he's getting humbled and becoming a homie. Uh, why would I give it a 7.5 instead of, like, a higher? Because I mean, definitely, like, right now, I'm, like, lauding it, but I'm trying to be like as like objective as possible, like where I'm like, okay, is this like a great show? I think so, but at the same time, I wouldn't say like the acting was always there. I wouldn't say like some of these changes were always like on point. Um, I thought it was dope. I really thought it was dope. Like I'm gonna go with my 8.25, my 8.5, but I gotta think about it. Like also, I'm just thinking about it as I go. I didn't plan this out at all, but especially like after the first episode talk, just with myself. Um, I thought so much of this was great, and I'm really glad that like a lot of people are giving this a chance and that they are enjoying it. And 8 episodes, not a big investment. You're watching other shows, everyone's talking about it. Gazelle keeps talking about it for some reason. Now's a great time to check out why One Piece, and I think now is a great time for One Piece overall. It's just the whole franchise winning. winning, winning, winning. It's a fun time. If you go to anime conventions, is one of the biggest things. I think in the industry, it's a good investment. Just professionally. Um, it, it's helped me out a lot. It's given me a lot of um, inspiration for life. Hopefully, it helps you out too. I'm a big stand for it. Um, Anything else I want to say? I thought it was dope. I had a great time. The 8 episodes were great. Fishmen were dope. Kuro was dope. I thought the whole Syrup Island was made more dope in this way that they went about it. Um, the kids were all right. They did a good job. They did their thing as best they could. Uh, I'm excited for more One Piece. Like this part of One Piece is important and great, but it's not the side that makes everyone fall in love with One Piece. It's the part that's like, oh, this is pretty good. More to come. So stay tuned. But this I thought was fantastic. Props. Um, yeah, they did a great job. Excited for more. Yeah. And then hey, if you are in LA area, you should come to my One Piece yacht party. That is happening in a week. My goodness. Yeah, 1 week. We got a 120-person passenger yacht, and we're gonna party One Piece style on the sea in Long Beach. So I got an event link on my page on the That's Dope page. Click through, come through. It's gonna be a good time. I'm hoping to cosplay as Fisher Tiger. Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. Thanks for listening. Peace.